Randolph.
Check.
Randolph. Still set point for the Rebels, match point for the Rebels, championship for the Rebels coming up if they can get one more point.
Rebel volleyball is on.
Fisher serves. Hopkins, great pass up front. Cornea sets left side. Grohl hits. Back corner. Was it in there? It was tipped. And the Rebels win 25-19. 3 games to 1.
Last season, Coach Cindy Stewart and the Rebs climbed back to the top.
Kiera sets left side. Julia hits it hard and splits the D, and it was deflected out of bounds.
They pounded their way to a 17th Rich High School Volleyball State Championship and brought the trophy back home.
Alicia again with the serve. Vicious serve, and it's a service ace. A lot of mustard on it.
With a reloaded roster, the Rebels take the court with their sights set on defending the title and making it 2 in a row.
Larson serves again. This one passed to the up official. It's a service ace for Risha.
Turn up the volume, Rebel fans, and join us for Rich Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio. KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Set up front in the middle. Set is blocked. On the attack, Julia Hopkins with an epic recreation block of the game.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, the Wind River Hotel and Casino of Riverton, Wyoming, T-Bar S Body Shop Technoglass of Evanston, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, West Star Printing in Evanston, Edwards Furniture in Logan, and by mylocalradio.com.
Hopkins passes, Cornea sets into the middle, Peart touch attack into the middle, and the Rebels win 27-25. Perfect placement by Savannah Peart.
And now, Rebel volleyball fans,
slaps it down, diving dig by Amber Leaf.
Get ready as we head to the court to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan Steineckert.
Well, good evening and welcome to Rich High School, the home of the Rebels, where tonight the Rich Rebels to retake the court to face the Mountain Crest Mustangs from 4A Utah. They're in the Cache Valley. It's the 4A Mountain Crest Mustangs and the Rebels coming up in about 20, maybe 15 minutes from now. In the meantime, we have our pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston and board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Bridget Pugmire, Melanie Lim, and Clerk Lana Peart. We'll hear from them, and then we'll set the scene for today's match of Rebel Volleyball on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
Welcome back to the pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph. We've got an exciting match for you tonight. So far, the Rebels have dominated Mountain Crest. Freshmen 1 and 3, sophomores and juniors both won, or the sophomores and JV teams all won in 4 sets, 3-1. Rebel football team just wrapped up a tough loss against the Westside Pirates. 38-16 was the final score, and that one is the Rebel football team dips to 0-2 on the young season. Will host Monticello next Friday afternoon. Let's get back to volleyball. Our scene set today is brought to you by Pugstone Sporting Goods. Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Pugstone's has it all. Rebels are coming off a pretty easy win over Bear Lake last night. The Rebels struggled early on in sets 1 and 2, but still won those sets, 25-19 and 25-16. The Rebels were down in the second set 10-5 before they roared back and outscored Bear Lake 20-6 the rest of the way in that second set. And then Rich jumped out to a big 8-2 lead in set 3 and cruised to a 25-10 victory. That improved the Rebels' record to 3-3 this season. 3-3, not bad. You're at 500. You'd like to get better, and hopefully you can tonight. Mountain Crest, boy, they have started this season hot. The varsity team has. I mentioned the Rebel freshmen, sophomores, and JV teams already beat Mountain Crest in 3, 4, and 4 sets, respectively. But Mountain Crest varsity has started hot. They played last weekend at the High Flying Falcons tournament, and against various opponents, they only lost 2 sets. They beat Provo 2-0, beat Wasatch 2-0, beat Judge Memorial 2-0, Taylorsville 2-0, South Summit 2-0. They lost 2-0 to Box Elder, but beat Clearfield and Ben Lomond 2-0, and then this past Wednesday, a 3-0 win over Jordan. That puts Mountain Crest at a hot start of 8 wins, 1 loss this season as they come into town tonight to face the Rich Lady Rebels. These teams have faced quite a fair amount in the past. It's been a few years since they played each other. Last time was in 2014. The Rebels played at Mountain Crest and lost 3-0. But before that, the Rebels had won 4 of 5 matches against the Mustangs. Rebels own a 4-2 series lead. They've won 4, lost twice against Mountain Crest that I could find. Going back, again, my records go back to about 2002. We'll give you a little bit more information on that in our Laketown Ledger here in a few minutes, but that is going to do it for our pregame scene set, brought to you by Pugstone Sporting. Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Pugstones has it all. We've got to move along in our Town of Randolph pregame show as the teams warm up. Rebels and Mountain Crest Mustangs will take the court here in a few minutes. Our varsity match and varsity pregame show continues with the Comprehensive Family Dental Dr. Sean Grohl Coaches Show when we return here on the Town of Randolph pregame show.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Amber Smith, and you're tuned in to Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
It doesn't matter what season you visit Bear Lake. Make sure you always stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods. You'll find lots of great quality inventory at low prices, including guns and ammo. During the winter, you can rent cross-country skis, snowshoes, and buy your ski passes to Beaver Mountain. Pugstones is always the best place to get information about the area and purchase your hunting or fishing licenses. Everything you need with one stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods at the 4-way stop in Garden City.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming offers a family dinosaur dig and vacation package that includes digging for fossils at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, sack lunches, tours of the museum, and lovely clean rooms for a comfortable night's stay. With 3 restaurants to choose from, you and your family will have fun, eat well, and rest easy. Schedule your family dinosaur dig at the Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming today. Call 866-657-1604.
Welcome back to the Town of Randolph pregame show. Excuse me. And it's time now for the Cindy Stewart Coaches Show, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1998. When we return, we'll visit with the head coach of the Mountain Crest volleyball team, Kendra Anderson, in her first year as head coach of Mountain Crest volleyball. That's coming up when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210.
Your vehicle represents one of the major investments you'll make in your lifetime. If you have an accident, large or small, take care of your investment with a professional team that understands the value of your vehicle. T-Bar-S Body Shop in Technoglass of Evanston has been repairing and restoring vehicles to just like new condition for over 7 years. Don't trust your investment to just anyone. Let T-Bar fix your car. T-Bar-S Body Shop in Technoglass of Evanston. Stop in today for a free estimate. 515 County Road.
Ryan STEINECKERT with Coach Kendra Anderson, head coach of the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Coach, thanks for your time today.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is your first year coaching Mountain Crest, right, as varsity head coach?
It is. It's exciting.
You've been involved with coaching the program for a number of years, though?
Yeah, I have. I've been with Mountain Crest Volleyball for 8 years as an assistant and JV coach.
I remember several years ago, and then I think prior to that, the Rebels and Mountain Crest had kind of had a good rivalry going on, but that went away for a few years. Do you know what prompted the teams to put that matchup back on the schedule?
Our rivalry was a lot of fun, and I think we just wanted to get back at it. It was something that the girls always looked forward to, and we as coaches looked forward to, because it's always one of the most fun and intense games of our entire season. So we wanted to get it back scheduled.
To me, that's such a positive thing, and I'm not sure of the word. It's commendable to you guys because Rich has nothing to lose playing against the big 4A Mountain Crest, whereas you guys, if you lose to Rich, that could be a negative, but you're willing to take that. Why is that? That you're willing to make that or take that risk?
I think it's good to have good competition, and I think a lot of people might look at Rich and be like, oh, there's just this small country school, but they have great skill and they always have a good team, and I think it's important to play teams that are going to be competitive to get us ready to play other 4A teams or bigger, better teams than we might see in our region once we get to state.
You guys, so far from what I can see, have started off pretty hot at that Box Elder, the High Flying Falcons tournament. Looking at it, I see you lost just 2 sets out of 7 or 8 matches. It looked like you started well.
Yeah, we had a fantastic weekend. It was a lot of fun. We played very consistent. I was really pleased with how the girls performed and how they played as a team. They really tried to build each other up, and I really was happy with what I saw.
What good things do you see the girls doing on the court? What are you strong at? You got some good height, blocking. Do you serve well? What are you doing well?
We do serve well, but I think this year we're just all around good players. We don't have one all-star that's standing out that's getting set the majority of the time. We can rely on all of our hitters. We can rely on all of our passers. Everybody has a role and has a job to do, and they do it well. And we don't have to rely on 1 or 2 people to get points for us. We can trust that everybody on the team is going to do their part.
Coach, tell me what you know about the Rebels and what you need to do to beat them.
We played them at team camp this summer, and they were missing quite a few of their players, their varsity players apparently. Cindy came up to me and she said, I promise we're a lot better than this because we beat them pretty good. Mm-hmm. But she said, I promise we're better than this. I'm missing a lot of my starters and some of my main players. So other than that, I don't really know much about them. But as far as how they've been in the past and how they consistently are, they're a very scrappy team, and they keep the ball in play. And so as long as we can respond and keep the ball in play on our side, and hopefully we can pull out some more points than they can.
Anything else we should touch on, Coach?
We're just excited. My girls are looking forward to it, and we're excited to go up there and spend a late night in Randolph.
Coach Kendra Anderson of the Mountain Crest Mustangs. I know the Coach Cindy Stewart and the Rich Rebel community is excited to have you guys in town. Thanks so much for your time, and good luck Friday and the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks to Coach Kendra Anderson. This is the Cindy Stewart Coaches Show, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental and Dr. Sean Grohl. We're about 5 minutes away from the start of today's match. We'll take a quick break and hear from Coach Stewart when we return on the Town of Randolph pregame show on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
It's the model year-end clearance sale going on now at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston. They need to make room for the 2018, so the time to buy is now. Receive up to 20% off select models or up to $5,000 in bonus cash. Auto Farm is stuffed with 2017s that they need to move. Receive 0% financing for 72 months on select models. Get down here before they're gone. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Ryan Steineckert with Coach Cindy Stewart of the Rich Lady Rebels. Coach, how did you feel about your opening weekend at Cokeville?
Well, we're just now looking at some of the stats. We had some good performances. We had some, our Mountain View, we passed 60%. That was our one we won so well. It was a good battle for us. Some individuals had some good scores. As overall, I think that we got it handed to us. The Gillette team and the Evanston team are just so much more athletic than we are. We didn't play badly because they were so much better. You know, I thought if we could have kept Savannah the whole 5 games, the first against Evanston, maybe it would have gotten their head a little bit. But we were defeated the second day against them. It was just so hard. Now we have Julia Hopkin out. She broke her toe, and so we just didn't have. It wasn't a good weekend for us. Period. That's just all there was to it. So.
You told
kind of silver lining, but
you told me last week there's always some kind of drama or something that happens, and certainly was this year again.
Oh yeah, and we just have a lot to work on. I think that we did some good things, and some things that we're really good at we didn't do. We didn't step up and do.
I noticed, at least with Campbell County with Gillette, they were running a lot of different sets, and it seemed like, you don't see that a lot from most of the 1A and 2A teams you play.
No, we never see that. They were running, everything was fast, a really fast offense, quicks and threes and shoots, and, which wasn't going to hurt us. And even the big block that was on us, we probably set some kind of Guinness's record for being blocked this weekend. We got blocked a lot, but we can't do it in practice because we have nobody that can block or is even tall enough to block us. So that kind of stuff is frustrating. It's hard, but it's the only way we grow.
You also added to the schedule Mountain Crest, and I know you'd played them in the past. It's been a few years, though.
Yeah, they got a new coach, and it got to where the older coach didn't want to come over here anymore, and this new coach wanted to. So it's a freshman, a sophomore, a JV, and a varsity match. So everybody's going to be a lot of volleyball. And they're really strong, and I thought we could give them a good battle if we were strong. I don't know how it'll be if we're not full force. But it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of volleyball, and it's home and the crowd. So we look forward to it.
Cindy Stewart of the Rich Rebels, thanks so much for your time, and good luck this week against Mountain Crest.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach Stewart. We're here on the Cindy Stewart Coaches Show, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1998. We've got your starting lineups and your Laketown Ledger coming up in just a bit, along with the station in Randolph beginning serve when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Julia Hopkin. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
When it comes to parts and service, don't rely on anyone other than the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. The professional mechanics and parts department team have the experience to help you with whatever you need. When you need to add a winch, get an extra belt or spark plugs, winterize, repair or replace tires, or have a rebuild, they can help. Whatever you need, gift ideas, parts, accessories, or a great mechanic, you'll find it all at Cash Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91.
Your vehicle represents one of the major investments you'll make in your lifetime. If you have an accident, large or small, take care of your investment with a professional team that understands the value of your vehicle. T-Bar S Body Shop in Technoglass of Evanston has been repairing and restoring vehicles to just like new condition for over 7 years. Don't trust your investment to just anyone. Let T-Bar fix your car. T-Bar S Body Shop in Technoglass of Evanston. Stop in today for a free estimate. 515 County Road.
Welcome back to Town of Randolph pregame coverage of Rich Rebel Volleyball here on KADQ. The pregame show has been brought to you by the Town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Bridget Pugmire, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. Time for your Town of Laketown Ledger here on KADQ. And we'll get that here. The Rebels and the Mountain Crest Mustangs haven't played for 3 or 4 years. Last time that they faced off was in 2014, and Mountain Crest had no trouble with the Rebels that year. A 3-0 win at Mountain Crest. Prior to that, though, the Rebels had won 4 out of 5 matches. In 2012, the Rebels won 3-2. In 11, Mountain Crest won 3-0. The Rebels had won in 2008, 9, and 10 in 3-0 victories. So Rich with a 4 games won and 4 matches won, 2 matches lost against Mountain Crest. Going back, in my records, go back to 2002. And in that span, the Rebels have been pretty good against Mountain Crest. Again, 4 wins, 2 losses. That's your Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the Town of Laketown. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. Mayor Sim Weston, Council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvy, and Delora White. Your starting lineups brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all. For the home team, the Rich Lady Rebels, it's Julia Hopkin back in there. Has a broken toe, but she's going to play through it. Kiara Grohl, Talisha Larson, Savannah Peart, Risha Larson, Sydney Hatch, who had a great match last night against Bear Lake, and the libero is Amber Smith for the Rich Rebels. Again, starting lineups are brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all. As for the Mountain Crest Mustangs, starters are libero. Number 1, Savannah. They call her Savvy Coggins. She's a senior. Number 2, senior setter, Sammy Osborne. Number 8, a senior, Sierra Gunnell. Number 9, a senior, Andy Brower. Number 12, also a senior, Haley Baldwin. Senior number 13, Taryn Taylor. And sophomore, number 16, Tally Sophonia. Had to certainly ask Coach Kendra Anderson how to say that one. Sophonia was one that threw me off for a bit. Our starting lineups are brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all. Our first serve, coming up here in a moment. Brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Chris Hopkin, just to my right, I think just made a trip over to the Randolph Country Store and brought back some chicken that smells pretty good. You smell that, Rob? The fried chicken made me feel a little bit hungry, I'll be honest. Ate lunch at about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I had a Snickers a few minutes ago. That's going to tide me over. But stop in at the station for all your convenience needs. They've got the coldest drinks in town. That's the station in Randolph. Great deli foods, chicken, and much more. The station in Randolph. All right, our first set is brought to you by Rolling Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Rebels again had no trouble last night with Bear Lake. Dominant wins, 25-19. They got better and better, 25-16 and 25-10 in that final set. The Rebels dominated Bear Lake once they settled into it, and that was without Julia Hopkins. She broke her toe last Saturday against Evanston and did not play last night. She practiced a little bit this week, and I was told that she performed a little surgery on the shoe to give her a little extra space for the toe so there's no pressure or extra contact, because that's where the pain comes in. And the doctor told her, well, play if you can deal with the pain. Rebels received the opening serve, set it up. Peart hit down the line, dug up to the ceiling, bumped again, and Mountain Crest pushes it over. Smith, pass up front. Kiara sets left side. Peart hits again. It's deflected and bumped in the air. Nice pass set up front, left side. Hit long. Rebels let it go. Easy call. And the Rebels are on top 1-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Good read by that Rebel defense, and they get a quick side out and have the serve. Savannah Peart. So again, our beginning serve of each set brought to you by the station in Randolph. A long way for the setter, Sammy Osborne, to go, but she keeps it in the air. Rebels get a perfect pass up front from Risha Larson. Set, Hopkin hits and dug up, but out of bounds. Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin. Rebels missed her a bit last night. Lucky they were playing a Bear Lake team that maybe not as strong as they've been in the past. Won some state titles in the early 2000s or late 90s. Rebels get a good serve from Peart. Mountain Crest sets it up, and the hit goes wide and out of bounds, and Rich leads 3-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Again, keep in mind, this is a Mountain Crest team that has started this season extremely well. They went 7-1 at the opening tournament of the season against mostly 4A and 3A opponents, but the Rebels, with a service ace, lead 4-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. That ace is brought to you by Circle H Land and Cattle Company. Chris, Michelle, Isaac, Julia, I forgot Emily, she's in there too. Sydney and Mitch Hopkin. And Savannah Peart set to serve again. Boy, she delivers a laser. It's bumped up high to the ceiling, set left side and tapped over. Risha, good pass. Kiara sets in the middle. Talisha tips it into the donut of the defense, and it's dug up by Osborne, the setter. They set it up back row, pushed across. Risha, again, a good pass. Kiara, left side, set for Hopkin. Julia smacks it down. A diving dig by Savvy Coggins, the libero. Hit left side, blocked, but dug up. Rebels on their own side. It was blocked by Julia and then dug up, and Rich pushes it over. Mountain Crest attacks back. Rebels don't get a great pass, but they bump and push across. Set, or pass into the middle. Set and hit. A quick attack, and the Rebels dig. Kiara sets left side. Hopkin hits again through the block, dug by Coggins on the back row. Push on a dump set, and a nice dump set it is by Sammy Osborne to get the first point on the board for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Rebels lead 4-1, though, on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels student section across the way. That's about most of the football team over there. And I like what they do when the other team serves. They just go shh and get some silence. Rebels struggle with a pass, but Kiara punches it over on the set. Set or hit across court and a nice attack. 4-2. Rebels didn't get the block there in time. And the hitter, which I believe was Haley Baldwin, the outside hitter, went high and outside, and then she crossed court to the back Rebels left side corner and dropped it in there. 4-2. Rebels on top on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in set 1, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Serve, Amber, nice pass. Kiara sets left side. Hopkin punches it down the line, and she splits the defense for a Bear Lake Realty kill, and it wasn't the power but the placement for Julia Hopkin on that kill. Rebels get around in the rotation to bring Sydney Hatch in on the front row. Hatch, Hopkin, and Kiera up front. The serve is long. No, it's in there on the back line. 6-2. Another service ace. This one courtesy of Talisha Larson. Savannah was the last one. Talisha serves again, just clears the net. Boy, that was a laser, and they can't control it. Coggins dug it up, but a poor pass makes it 7-2. We'll call that another service ace, brought to you by Circle H Land and Cattle Company. And Talisha to serve again. Goes back row, passed up front by Pearson. Set left side, tipped and not quite over the net by Baldwin on the attack. And Rich opens up a big lead, 8-2. Rebels freshmen won 3-0. The sophomores won 3-1. The JV won 3-1. Coggins digs, not a good pass, bumped and hit from the back row. Pretty good attack, and it drops in there. Sierra Gunnell, the senior, finds a spot in the Rebel defense. Hits the floor, it's 8-3. Rebels on top early on in this first set. Coggins set to serve. Her name is Savannah. She goes by Savvy. Kiara sets in the middle. Hatch pushes to the back corner and just misses wide. Great idea. Her placement was just off target. She saw a spot where the defense wasn't and just misfired on the attack. 8-4. Rebels doubling up the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Hopkin receives. Kiara sets for Hopkin. Hit cross court. Coggins digs it high. Osborne sets left side. Pushed across by Baldwin. Kiara sets into the middle again, and this time Hatch hits it right into the fingertips of the block. It's deflected high, bumped, and hit across. Blocked by the Rebels. They dig it up into the net. Couldn't quite keep it up there. And it's 8-5. The Mustangs pawing back in. The Rebels were up 8-2. That's 3 straight points for Mountain Crest, and Coggins serves again. Down the line, Hopkin, good pass up front. Kiara sets left side. Julia crushes it into the block, and they can't keep it in the air. Sierra Gunnell had it deflect off her hands, off her shoulder, and then to the ground. 9-5. Rebels push that lead back to 4, retake the service, and lead by, again, a score of 9-5. Kiara setting from the right side, or serving from the right side, I should say. Coggins receives. Osborne sets left side. Baldwin hits, stuffed! McKenzie, is it McKenzie? Stacy? McKenna Stacy on the left side. Sydney Hatch over there as well, and that's a candidate for your Epic Recreation block of the game. 10-5. That results directly in a Bear Lake Realty kill, and then a serve by the Rebels. It hits the top of the net, rolls over the top. Another service ace. That's 4 already in the set for the Rebels. Circle H Land and Cattle Company service ace. Not a good pass. Bumped to the middle and bumped over by Taryn Taylor. Kiara gets a nice pass, sets left side. Hopkins smashes it into the fingertips of the block, deflected long and out of bounds, and Rich leads 12-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. After that Bear Lake Realty kill, Coach Kendra Anderson wants a timeout. We'll take one too and be back right after this in this first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Julia Hopkin. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
Rolene Kennedy of Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston is your Rich County representative. The mother of 5 Rich High graduates and grandmother of 3 more graduates in the making, Rolene is here for you. She's a recipient of GM's highest salesman honor, the Mark of Excellence Award winner, meaning she provides you with the best customer service in the industry. The next time you're looking for a car or truck, think Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, your Rich County representative.
Go Rebels!
Rebels on top 12-5 with the service. Mountain Crest had a hard time with the service. They get this one over, and Rebels barely dig it up. It was Hopkin with a nice dig. Rooch pushes it over across the net. Set it up right side, hit long. Did the Rebels deflect it? No, I don't think they did. A nice attack by Mountain Crest, but the hit just too long, way out of bounds, almost to the back wall before it hit the floor. Kiera serves. Coggins, this time a pretty good pass. Osborne sets it up right behind her, and a punch over just dug up. A diving dig by Stacy. Rich able to keep it alive and push it across. Osborne sets left side. Coming in hot. Big hit deflected by the Rebels to the back wall. Haley Baldwin with the kill for Mountain Crest. It's 13-6. Rich on top in the first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Back to serve, go the Mustangs. Smith passes to Kiera, set in the middle. Hatch hits, nice angle, and she cracks it down. 14-6. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Sydney Hatch. Trying to dig, I believe, was Sarah Gunnell, and she just couldn't control it. Hatch, she can get up there. She's got that height that no other Rebel has, and she takes advantage of it. Gunnell passes, set up in the middle. Rebels block it. Nice block by Peart. Kiera will set it up left side. Savannah hits into the block, deflected to the floor. 15-6. The Rebels seem to be on a roll. They really, I think last night, if I can say this, and maybe I'm saying it too early, but not having Julia help the other players really step up into their role, and now having Julia back makes the team that much better. Set up on the left side. Baldwin hits into the net. 16-6. Rebels with the big lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And this Mountain Crest team, who has gone 8-1 so far this season, lost only 2 sets last weekend at the High Flying Falcons tournament, struggling against the Rebels, which served long, out of bounds, a service error for Rich. That's 4 aces to 1 error so far in this Rolling Kennedy set number 1. Back to serve goes Haley Baldwin, the senior outside hitter, number 12. She's all the way back at the wall. She'll set up a long running jump serve and shoots it hard, too strong, too long. 17-7. Boy, if Baldwin gets that down just a bit, that would be a tough serve to receive, but she goes high. Stacy Peart and Risha Larson up front as Smith serves. A quick set hit to the floor. Taryn Taylor with a nice quick attack. 17-8. Rebels on top. First set. Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels jumped out to a 4-0 lead in this first set, and they've continued to build that lead as we went. Peart receives. It's at the score table, and Talisha can't quite make a play on it. So that'll be a service ace, the first of the match for the Mustangs. Taryn Taylor serves again with the right hand. Peart gets a good pass off this time. Kiera sets the left side. Talisha hits. It's deflected by the block to the floor, dug up but not controlled. Tally Siphonia had a nice dig, a great effort to get down under the ball. Rebels get the side out, and Risha Larson set to serve. Serves out to the outside. Coggins passes high into the back row. Bump over. Risha, good pass. Kiera sets in the middle. Savannah comes up, punches it with the left hand. Set up out on the left side. Smack to the back row. Hopkin passes up front. Kiera sets. Talisha hits. Deflected by the blockers and kept alive. Set left side. Bumped. Slapped and hit across. Too long and too wide. Tally Siphonia on the hitting error gives the Rebels the 19-9 lead. Risha Larson serves again. Bumped high in the middle. Bumped up by Osborne to the left side. Siphonia hits and Hopkin digs. Kiera sets left side. Talisha smacks to the back corner. Dug up, passed up front, and slapped over by Siphonia. No, not over. Into the net, and the Rebels are on top 20-9 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. This first set, again, is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. We're looking for our dig of the game, brought to you by J-Bar Excavation. Pass from the back line. Osborne sets to the back line. Bumped over. Hopkin with an overpass down the line. And a great effort by Osborne to keep it in the air. Siphonia slaps it, tips across the net. Rebels bump, and bump it over. Nice job to keep that alive. Osborne with a quick set. What a quick hit. And I think it was Andy Brower with the kill. That was, what a nice set by Osborne. She just tapped it so close to the net. The timing had to be perfect. And Osborne and Brower right there on the same page, same line. But then Osborne serves it into the net, a service error. Makes it 21-10 Rebels with the lead. This Mountain Crest team, boy, they've really got some good attacks when they can get a good pass. They get one here, Coggins, and then the quick attack, but a misfire by Osborne. A lift is called. It wasn't Osborne, but it was, I think, Gunnell on the attack. Puts the Rebels on top 22-10. A lift was called. Rebels have the serve again. Savannah Peart. And Coggins doesn't get a good pass. Bumped high. Slapped across by Baldwin. Nice attack from the back row. Smith, great dig. Set up. Hopkin hits top of the net. Splits the defense with a Bear Lake Realty kill. It's 23-10. This is 4A Mountain Crest Mustangs, and the Rebels playing strong. A very nice first set. Savannah Pierce switches sides serving from the right side of the back line. Dump set. Nice one by Osborne. Drops in there for the kill. 23-11. I've been impressed with Osborne as the setter. She's got good height for a setter, which makes it valuable for her on the front row. Good timing with her teammates. A nice dump set there. Allie Pearson serves. Smith, good pass up front. Kiera doesn't have to move, and Hopkin hits it. Deflected by the block, bumped up and overpass. Kiera taps it down, but it's dug up. Coggins sets left side. Hit by Baldwin on the line, cross court. And it's 23-12. Mountain Crest looking to make a comeback here. Speaking of comebacks, the Rebels in the JV second set were down. I think it was 24-15 or something like that, 24-12. And the Rebel JV team made a monstrous comeback and only lost 25-22, I think it was. Service by the Mustangs, Allie Pearson. Julia tried to get out of the way at the last second. Couldn't quite succeed in that. It rolls off her shoulder out of bounds. 23-13 on the service error, or service ace from Mountain View. Hopkin receives. Kiera sets it up for Julia, crushed down. Coggins digs it up. Osborne sets but steps over the line, and the Rebels lead 24-14. She stepped over the line. They called it a double hit. I missed that, but that was the call. And the Rebels have set point in this first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Talisha Larson, a laser. Coggins, nice pass up front, though. Osborne sets left side. Baldwin hits it down the line. Risha digs it up. Nice pass. Kiera left side. Hopkin pushes across on the attack. Easy dig for the Mustangs. They set it up and hit it to the back line. A split of the defense by Sierra Gunnell. And again, when Mountain Crest can get a good pass, Osborne's been right on target with the set, and they've got some nice attacks, but their passing has been the issue. Coggins serves. It just skips the top of the net. Nice dig by Julia. Set for Hopkin. Hits it. Deflected by the block to the floor, and Julia with a Bear Lake Realty kill to end the first set. Rebels win 25-14 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Boy, a dominant win, an impressive victory for the Rich Rebels in that first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Quick timeout, and we'll be back with set two when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
This is Rich Rebel Senior, Kara Grohl. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, and online at MyLocalRadio.com.
It's the model year-end clearance sale going on now at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston. They need to make room for the 2018, so the time to buy is now. Receive up to 20% off select models or up to $5,000 in bonus cash. Auto Farm is stuffed with 2017s that they need to move. Receive 0% financing for 72 months on select models. Get down here before they're gone. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming has teamed up with the Riverton Golf and Country Club to bring you great golf getaway packages for the whole family. Come for a couple of days, golf, eat, relax, tour the Wind River Indian Reservation, and enjoy the Native American tribal dancers. Pet rooms are available so you can bring the whole family and stay. Call today the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where families play, stay, win. 866-657-1604.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events
From speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit mylocalradio.com today and find what you're looking for.
We sell fun. Come see and feel the fun when you shop at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. You and your family will have fun year-round, in the water with personal watercraft, in nature driving your side-by-side or riding your four-wheeler, or in the mountains on your snow machine. It's always fun at Cache Honda Yamaha, no matter what the season is. Our showroom is full of inventory to choose from. Start having more fun today. Visit Cache Honda Yamaha between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91. We sell fun.
We're back for set number 2. The Rebels took the first set 25-14. We had a candidate early on for the Epic Recreation block of the game, Sydney Hatch, who came alive last night in that win over Bear Lake, had a great match. She was stepping into varsity play last weekend against at that Cokeville tournament and did some good things, but she really had a nice match last night against Bear Lake and has your candidate. It was directly that block in the first set led directly into, or was a Bear Lake Realty kill. Meanwhile, as I ramble on, the set 2 begins, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Rebels serve. Mountain Crest sets up a nice attack. They got a good pass. The attack ends up in a kill, and the Mountain Crest Mustangs lead 1-0. Apologies if I say Mountain View. I'm sure I'll say that another time or two. Just let it slip through there. But Mountain Crest serve into the net, service error. And we're tied at 1. Savannah Peart to serve. She served real well in that first set. And this serve just is a service ace. Circle Lakes Land and Cattle Company ace. That one hit the top of the net and just barely rolled over and dropped down for the ace. Savannah again to serve. Rebels serving left to right if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Set up left side, big hit. Coming in hard was Sierra Gunnell. Rebels block and keep it in the air. Kiara sets in the middle. Talisha slaps it to the back row. Coggins digs. Osborne quick set, hit and bumped high by Smith. Dump set by Kiara. The overpass is out of bounds on the diving dig by Haley Baldwin. And Rich leads 3-1. Nice dump set, Kiara Grohl. Rebels on top, 3-1. Savannah serving. Rebels in the long sleeve blues, white numbers. Quick set, Osborne deflected by the block. A diving effort by Risha, but she can't get under it. 3-2. Mustangs trail and have the serve. Coggins hands off to Allie Pearson to drop back and serve. Rebels with Grohl, Larson, Hopkin, and Smith on the floor along with Peart. Kiara sets left side. Julia hits into the block and to the floor. Nice block on that side by Andy Brower. We're tied at 3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Pearson to serve again. And the Rebels receive. Good pass. Kiara, left side. Hopkin hits. Blocked again. Dug by Talisha, excuse me. And pushed back over. And then a dig goes over the net and out of bounds by Baldwin. Rebels back on top, 4-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Second set brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Talisha Larson serves an error into the net. It was low. We're tied at 4. Again, this second set brought to you by the Mayor Bo Holman, council members Hugh Holman, Audrey Jessen, Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, and clerk Lisa Bell of the town of Woodruff. Savvy Coggins serves. Peart sets left side. Hopkin hits, and she's stuffed again. Boy, they've got her number on that block on the high and outside set. And Hopkin blocks it, but just out of bounds. And the Mustangs lead 5-4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Coggins to serve. Hopkin passes up front. Kiara sets left side for Julia. Tips it over the block. Diving dig by Osborne. Bumped over the net. Risha passes. Kiara sets in the middle. Hatch hits. Deflected by the block and bumped in the air. Passed set by Osborne. Hit. Blocked. And to the floor. The Mustangs on top 6-4. They did not lead at any point in the first set. And they're almost now halfway to the amount of points they scored in that first set. Savvy Coggins serves. Hopkin passes. Kiara sets left side. Julia comes in and punches it over. Bumped high by Pearson. Osborne sets left side. Baldwin hits again. Blocked almost to the floor, but dug up. Dump set by Osborne to the floor. And it's 7-4. Mountain Crest, whatever adjustment they've made, is working. The biggest thing, I think, has been their serve receive and the block up on that when Hopkin goes to attack high and outside. Rebels don't get a good pass. Hatch able to dig it up over the net, but it's out of bounds. Oh, 2 hits, and it's 8-4. Rebels struggling in this second set. After winning the first, 25-14. Good adjustment so far by Kendra Anderson. Peart passes, got a good pass, set, hit by Hopkin. It's out of bounds. Was it deflected? No. The Mustangs had a hand up. They got it down in time, and it's 9-4. Will the Rebels get a timeout here? No, it was deflected. I thought it might have been, and a late call reverses it. Makes it 8-5. That was a 5-0 run by the Mustangs. Kiara Grohl steps back to serve. The Rebels trying to go on a run, maybe retake the lead. We'll see. Not a good serve receive. It's an ace for Kiara. That receive went the wrong direction from where her teammate was headed. Circle H Land and Cattle Company service ace. Proud to support the Rich High Rebels. That's Circle H Land and Cattle. Kiara serves again. Not a great pass, but Osborne gets there for the set. Hit, deflected, and Smith digs it. Kiara left side for Hopkin. Hit, deflected, out of bounds. Bumped high in the air by Osborne. Coggins bumps it again, and Baldwin pushes to the back row. Kiara passes up front. Stacy sets left side. Hopkin has to just bump it over. It was a low set. Dug up. Osborne, a back set, right side. Hit by Gunnell, and the Rebels dig. Kiara sets in the middle. Hatch hits, and it's dug up by Pearson. Set up left side, touch attack from Taylor. Rebels able to dig, set. Hatch hits across, and it's dug up. Coggins bumps to the back row, bumped and just clears the net. Kiera bumps into the middle. Stacy bumps left side. Ends up being a good set for Hopkin, who hits it down. Coggins with a diving dig. Osborne sets left side. Baldwin hits, and Stacy can't keep it in the air. She blocked it and then dove to try and bump it up, but couldn't get it. And it's 9-6 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. That long rally won by the Mustangs. Serving is Andy Brower, and she misfires, hits it low into the net. Service error is the second of the set, just the third of the match for the Mustangs. Rebels, who had far too many service errors last weekend at Cokeville, have just knock on wood 2 so far in this match. Quick set, Rebels able to dig it up. Kiera bumps high. Hatch slaps it across, almost finds the floor, but Coggins with a diving dig. Set up for Coggins, stuffed by Stacy. Set up again for Baldwin, deflected. Hopkin digs. Kiara sets left side. Peart comes in, and she's stuffed, but the Rebels keep it alive. Smith to the outside. Peart bumps it over. Right side and bump to the back line. Coggins bumps it over. Smith, good pass up front. Kiara sets left side. Peart coming in. Strong, it's stuffed. The Rebels dig it up and keep it alive. Set into the middle, and Hatch hits it into the net. 10-7. That's a couple of long rallies on the last few points, and the Mustangs have won both of them. Rebels had a candidate for the J-Bar excavation dig of the game on that rally. We'll find a different one, though, as the Mustangs won the point. Haley Baldwin serves. Boy, a laser. Hopkin with a good, decent pass. Set up left side. Peart comes in, shuffling and hits. Deflected by the block. Osborne with a dump set, and Peart is there. Nice job. Kiera sets, and it's bumped over by Hatch to the back corner. A diving dig by Coggins. Bumped and bumped over by Osborne. Great effort by Mountain Crest. That's been one adjustment they've made, is the effort, the hustle. Coggins digs. Set again and slapped over by Siphonia. Rebels dig it up, set left side. Peart hits back row too far. Was it deflected? It was. We've got the back line judge saying it was deflected. Mustangs don't argue it. And it's 10-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels close. Rich took the first set, 25-14, but they trail in Town of Woodruff set 2, 10-8. Amber Smith to serve. Sydney Hatch gets a little talking to from the down official, as I think she just came out on a substitution without getting the okay first. Smith serve, bumped high, and Coggins chases it down, and then it's dumped over. Kiera sets left side. Peart comes in. It's hit, blocked, and deflected high in the air. Osborne sets left side. Siphonia hits Smith with a nice dig. Perfect pass up front. Set in the middle. Talisha hits, deflected. Coggins passes up front, dump set by Osborne, and she has been on fire in this second set. She scored 3 or 4 points at least, and it's 11-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard after that kill on the dump set. And we'll send Taryn Taylor back to serve for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Just clears the net. Peart passes, bumped up, and Peart slaps from the back row to the back line. Past Osborne with a set on the back line. Right at Smith. She can't control it. Hopkin dives but can't get there, and it's 12-8. Mustangs struggled in that first set on the serve receive, but they have been much better here in this second set. Brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Timeout on the floor. Rebels down 12-8. We'll take a quick one as well on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Woodruff, Utah has a long pioneer history with a post office that has been in operation since 1872. Woodruff was named after Wilford Woodruff, the fourth president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and is home to the Woodruff Steakhouse, a former Latter-day Saint office building that is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Our rich pioneer heritage is reflected in all our students by their hard work and commitment to excellence in the classroom and in their sports.
Back in the second set, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Rebels trailing 12-8 after winning the first set 25-14. Mountain Crest has come alive here in the second set. Hopkin receives. Rebels set it up for Talisha Larson. Tipped into the dome of the defense, but they dig it up. Pushed back across. Hopkin passes. Kiera sets in the middle. Peart comes hard. Hits it from the middle to the side and hits it right on the line. Nice Bear Lake Realty kill for Savannah. Again, the Rebels took the first set 25-14. They trail 12-9 here in set two, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Serve by Risha Larson, and it's an ace. It was bumped up near the net. Osborne got a hand on it, but nowhere close to controlling it. And it's 12-10, a Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace. I don't know if that one actually goes in the books as an ace, as a second player got a hand on after the serve receive. Bumped backwards. Coggins, it's the same situation. Not a good pass. They can't control it. And I'm going to call it another Circle H Land and Cattle Company service ace. 12-11. Rebels down by one. Risha Larson serving for the Rich Rebels. Pass up front. Osborne bumps it high. Siphonia hits and Hopkin digs. Back row. Kiera sets up front. Talisha tips it over the block, but can't quite get it down. An overpass, bumped back and forth, and then the Rebels keep it alive, and Kiera pushes to the back corner. Pearson passes up front, set left side, back row. Baldwin gets a nice attack. Hopkin and Smith both go for it, then both pull up short so they don't collide. It skips right between the two and in there for a kill. So Risha Larson earns a couple of service aces. And then the side out gives it back to the Mustangs. Smith receives and passes it to the bench. 14-11, a service ace for Mountain Crest. Sammy Osborne, the server, or the setter, also the server at this point. Serves with her right. I don't think we've seen any left-handed servers tonight. Smith with a diving receive. Good pass. Set up back row. Peart hits it across as Osborne digs it up, slapped up front, and slapped into the net by Gunnell. 14-12, Rebels trail. They've led early on in the set, 3-1. But the Mustangs took the lead and haven't looked back. Peart serves. Coggins passes. Osborne sets left side. Punched off the side of the hand by Gunnell. Rebels scrambling a bit, but they get up a nice set. Hopkin pushes it across, and the Mustangs into the net, or over the line, under the net, to try and block, and the Rebels are within one, 14-13. With Savannah Peart serving. Running jump serve, and Coggins gets off a high pass. Osborne bumps. Baldwin comes in strong from the back line, gets off a good hit. Rebels dig it up, set for Hopkin. Coggins digs. Osborne, quick set, dumped over. Risha is there for the dig. Set up left side. Julia hits it across, and it's dug up. Left side, Siphonia hits. Blocked by Talisha Larson. And there's another candidate for your epic recreation block of the game. This one from Talisha. In the first set, we had a candidate from Sydney Hatch. We're tied at 14 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Peart serves again. Coggins, good pass. Dump set by Osborne, and this time Rich can't get underneath it. And Osborne, I've always been amazed at how setters do that. because generally they're almost with their back to the other team. They're back to the net. And Annie Mae Cornea did it well. Kiara does it well. Osborne has been very good. Rebels set it up. Hopkin hits, blocked out of bounds. We're tied up at 15 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Hopkin just came in and swung away. Doing the Aaron Judge. She was going to hit it home or strike out. She hit it home on that one. Talisha serves, passed up front. Osborne with a nice set hit, and somehow Savannah digs it up. The Rebels scramble but bump it over. Osborne sets again, high and outside. Baldwin hits, blocked and to the floor. Rebels couldn't dig it. 16-15. Mountain Crest back on top. Coggins. Savannah Savvy Coggins, the senior libero, serving. Hopkin, good pass, not so much. Kiera has to bump it, and Hatch bumps it over. Coggins passes, good pass up front. Osborne with a back set, hit way long and outside by, I think it was Sierra Gunnell. May have been Brower. We're tied at 16 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels took the first set 25-14. Mountain Crest has been much better here in this second set. They set it up outside. Siphonia hits. Nope, that was not Siphonia. It was Taryn Taylor. And the Rebels unable to control it, make it 17-16. Mustangs back on top. They did not lead, not even once in the first set, but they've led for most of this Town of Woodruff second set. Serving into the net, Andy Brower with an error. We're tied at 17. 1, 2, 3 service errors for Mountain Crest here in the second set. Julia Hopkin to serve. Playing with a broken toe. She's been pretty good still. Osborne sets left side. Baldwin hits. Diving dig by Smith. A diving bump. Nope, they didn't get underneath it. And it's 18-17. Rebels have been unable to go on any kind of a scoring run. In the first set, they went on a handful of 2 or 3 point runs. In the second set, they've been unable to. Every time they get a side out, it goes right back to the Mustangs. Wow, strong serve by Taylor. Rebels pass it, bump it, and Kiera bumps it over. Peart with a great effort to dive and keep that one alive. Quick set, hit into the net, or was it blocked by the Rebels? Hatch and Stacy were there. Either way, it deflected right back to the floor on the Mustangs side of the net. Hatch playing well. She takes a breather as Talisha Larson comes in on the front row along with Peart and Stacy. Kiera, Hopkin, and Smith on the back row. Smith serves, set up right side. Rebels punch it in the air. Kiera bumps it off balance, and then McKenna. Stacy bumps it over. Osborne sets left side. Siphonia hits, and dug by Hopkin off the ceiling. Ricochets back down. The Rebels set up the attack, and Smith slaps it over. Osborne, quick set, splits the defense. Rebels caught frozen-footed, and it's 19-18. That quick set. So tough to defend, and the timing with Osborne and her hitter, which I believe was Brower. So good, so good. The timing, perfect. Rebels receive, good pass by Smith. Kiera left side for Savannah, coming in, hit, blocked. Kiera able to dig it. Savannah bumps it over. Scrambling a bit were the Rebels. Osborne, another quick set, dug up by Hopkin, but the official says no, that was not a dig. That would have been a candidate for the J-Bar Excavation dig of the game had Hopkin actually gotten underneath it, but wasn't quite able to do that. And it's 20-18. Mustangs on top. Rebels again dominated the first set, 25-14, but the second set has been mostly dominated by the Mustangs, or mostly won. They get another mistake by the Rebels. A dump set attempt by Kiera doesn't quite clear the net. Taylor running jump serve. Smith passes. It's on the back row. Kiera sets left side. Peart hits cross court. Dug by Taylor. Set left side. Hopkin into the back row. Slapped across too far and out of bounds on the attack by Brower. 21-19. Rebels need a couple consecutive points here to stay in this one. A side out, and the Mustangs would be just 3 points away from a victory. Risha serves, almost an ace, a diving dig by Gunnell. Set up, hit off the top of the net, and Smith able to dig it up. Rich sets it up back row. Hopkin hits Coggins with a diving dig. Osborne bumps it left side. Baldwin hits hard. It would have been out, but Smith didn't realize it and made the quick decision to play it. Rebels keep it alive. Bump over by Peart. Osborne, quick set, hit, diving dig by Smith. Great dig. Set up. Talisha pushes it across. Coggins passes left side and hit across by Siphonia. Rich is there for the dig. Set up. Savannah hits it. Blocked. Bumped in the air again and slapped across. Left side. Larson. Peart into the middle. Talisha pushes it over. Osborne, they bump it and bump it over. Hopkin, perfect pass up front. Kiera sets left side. Peart hits through the block to the floor. A Bear Lake Realty kill. 21-20. A nice long rally. And then Savannah Peart just zaps it right through the block. And the Rebels are within one. Risha Larson serving. Rebels had 3 or 4 aces earlier on in this set, but not here. Dump set by Osborne, dug by Peart. Larson bumps. Savannah pushes it down the line to the back corner, dug by Brower. Set left side. Siphonia hits, diving dig by Smith. She's had a couple of J-Bar excavation digs of the game in this one. Rebels bump it over. Osborne, quick set, diving dig again by Smith. Peart pushes to the back row, and Hopkin bumps it over. Set left side. Hopkin this time away from the net. Sets back row for Baldwin. Hopkin digs. Peart sets left side into the middle. Smith slaps it. It hits the top of the net and just clears. Then a quick set. Rebels bump it back over. It's at the net. Peart tips it. Tipped right back. Peart bumps it high. Rebels bump it again. Kiera bumps it over. Just barely gets it. So Coggins sets. Hit from the back row by Baldwin, and the Rebels can't quite dig it up. 22-20. Long rally. Coach Kendra Anderson coming back saying 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits. But I think it was blocked by one of her players, and it almost looked like Peart hit it twice, but with that block in there, it was not. Dub set by Kiera, bumped up high. Baldwin. Osborne sets left side. Siphonia tips down the line. Risha's there. Kiera, long set left side for Savannah. Punch to the back corner. Coggins passes up front. Osborne sets left side. Baldwin hits hard. Dug by Smith, high and to the front. Set up into the middle. Talisha toward the donut of the defense, but Osborne bumps it and keeps it alive. Set, hit hard. Risha digs it up. Kiera left side for Savannah, who hits, blocked out of bounds. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Savannah Peart. She read the defense well and just smacked it into the hands. And Rich is within one, 22-21, and Savannah Peart has the serve. Rebels, again, dominant in the first set, 25-14, but the Mustangs have led for most of this second set, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Here's Peart with the service. Bumped up front, good pass, set by Osborne, hit, and Larson, nice pass by Risha. Kiera sets left side, Hopkin hits, blocked. Set up and bumped to the back row. Bumped up, passed up front, bumped over. Osborne, quick set, hit, dug by Smith, kept in the air. Risha, though, couldn't find it for just a half second, and by the time she did, it was too late. 23-21. She dove toward the bench to keep it in the air, but couldn't keep it alive. Timeout for Coach Cindy Stewart. We'll take one, too. This second set, a barn burner, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Rebels down 23-21 on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
It's the model year-end clearance sale going on now at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston. They need to make room for the 2018, so the time to buy is now. Receive up to 20% off select models or up to $5,000 in bonus cash. Auto Farm is stuffed with 2017s that they need to move. Receive 0% financing for 72 months on select models. Get down here before they're gone. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
Rebels trailing 23-21 as the Mountain Crest Mustangs have really come back strong in this second set. Rebels took the first one 25-14. Our second set is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. We have had a couple of candidates for your Circle H, or for the Epic Recreation blocks of the game and the J-Bar excavation digs of the game. We'll have to, Rob, help remind me between these, between the next sets. Let's do the Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Service by the Mustangs. Good pass by Smith. Kiera sets left side. Hopkin punches it down the line, dug by Osborne. It would have been out of bounds, but the Mustangs play it. Bumped by Baldwin over the net. Smith passes. Kiera sets left side. Hopkin comes in and crushes it through the defense. Coggins dives into the wall. What a great hustle effort by Savvy Coggins. But she couldn't quite control it, and it's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin. They've had her number on the block, but not on that one. Talisha serves. Rebels down 23-22. Osborne bumps, and Coggins bumps it over. Pass up front by Savannah. Kiera sets left side. Hopkins hits off the top of the net through the block. Coggins able to set it up and pushed over. Rebels collide on a bump. Risha passes to the middle. Savannah punches it over. Passed up front. Osborne sets left side. Baldwin hits cross court. Too long. We're tied at 23. That was set right, or that was hit by Baldwin. One hop to Aaron Smith in the student section. And Talisha Larson serves again to the back row. Coggins pass up front right at the net. Great play by Osborne to keep it alive. Baldwin hits again. One hop to Aaron Smith, and the Rebels have taken the lead. Have set point 24-23. Timeout for Kendra Anderson as the Rebels have come roaring back. They were down 22-20. They've kept this set close all the way through, and now they've scored, what was it? Three straight points, and have a set point and a lead, 24-23. I said between sets, let's do it. Let's keep it here and do it right now. The Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Rebel fans across the way. This gym is loud. We've got lots of Rebel fans throughout the gym. Some Mountain Crest fans made the trip as well, and their girls have played really well here in this second set, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Our fan cam is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Visit bearlakerealty.com if you're looking for any kind of a variety of real estate in the Bear Lake area. Talisha serves an ace, and the Rebels win. Talisha Larson with the service ace. The Rebels come back, score the final 4 points of the set, and win 25-23. What a way to finish for Talisha Larson, a Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace, and Rich wins set 2. Come from behind, 25-23 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels lead in the match 2-0 as we head for the third set. Our second set was brought to you by the town of Woodruff, Mayor Bo Holman, council members Hugh Holman, Audrey Jessen, Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, and clerk Lisa Bell.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Risha Larson, and your Rich High School Volleyball action on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. Schedule a family whitewater rafting trip today. Packages include your hotel room, transportation, whitewater rafting, and lunch in a native teepee. The Wind River Canyon is located on the Wind River Indian Reservation in Riverton, Wyoming, and is home to the Northern Arapaho and Eastern Shoshone tribes. Come and enjoy the waves, the breathtaking views of the oldest canyons in Wyoming. Call today, the Wind.
When it comes to hard things in life, don't say, why me? Just say, try me. Remember, it's the tough things that make us the strongest. The cattle ranchers at Laziest Ranching are proud supporters of the youth in our community. Sim, Joe Jean, Carol, and Millie Weston, along with Sim Jr. and Meggie, remind everyone to eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels. That's right. Eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels.
When you need body work or a windshield replacement, it can be as simple as dropping your vehicle off and picking it up a couple of days later. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston works directly with your insurance company to save you time and hassle. We know it isn't convenient to have a vehicle in the shop. That's why we work hard to repair and restore as quickly as possible to get you back on the road. Make it hassle-free. Let T-Bar fix your car. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Stop in today for a free estimate. 515 County Road.
A come-from-behind win for the Rebels. They led early on, 3-1. They led by 2, but then the Mustangs battled back. They went on a 5-0 run and went up 8-4 before the Rebels. They kept it close. They never gave up, never let the Mustangs get up by more than those 4 points. And then late in the set, the Rebels come back, score the final 4 points to win 25-23. Cap it off with a service ace by Talisha Larson. And that's the Talisha we saw and loved so much last year on the volleyball court, was for her such great service. And she's back to that tonight with the ace to win set 2, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. We also had a couple of candidates for your J-Bar excavation dig of the game in that set, and some epic recreation blocks of the game. Again, our camera tonight brought to you by Bear Lake Realty, Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. Visit bearlakerealty.com And I want to thank Rob Leifson for running the camera. Does such a nice job. Did it during the football game as well. Helps keep me in line also. I know I called Mountain Crest, I called them Mountain View a couple of times in that first set. Probably did it a time or two in the second set as well. But Rob, thanks for pointing that out and keeping me straight. Mustangs will have the serve to start this third set. The beginning serve is brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. And serving is Osborne. The Rebels can't control it. And the Mustangs take a 1-0 lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. They've got, this has been a fun day for volleyball. They had a freshman match. The Rebels won that 3-0. A sophomore match. The Rebels won that 3-1. JV match. The Rebels won that 3-1. But you've had folks here for all afternoon. Another service ace for Osborne. Rebels don't get a good pass, and it's 2-0 Mustangs. Got a pretty good group of Mustang fans to my left. There's also a little Mustang student section. A lot of those are the girls that have already played and in the freshman and JV and sophomore matches. Rebels set it up, hit, blocked. They get it back, set it up again, blocked, and then they dig up an attack. Hit down the line by Talisha Larson. It's in there for the Bear Lake Realty kill. Just the placement was perfect, and we're down 2-1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Savannah Peart serving, and boy, in this rotation, Rebels have been pretty dang good tonight, especially in that first set. Pass up front, Osborne bumps into the middle, hit across, Risha digs it, and the Rebels somehow keep it alive. Peart pushes over. Osborne, Coggins, and it's pushed over into the donut by Sierra Gunnell. Rebels caught a little flat-footed, and it's 3-1. Mustangs of Mountain Crest on top, which took the first set 25-14. The second set much closer. Rebels won 25-23 in a close one. This third set is brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Good pass up front by Smith. Kiara sets left side. Hopkins hits deflected. Diving dig. Coggins bumps and hit on the back row by Baldwin. Rebels set it up again left side. Hopkins pushes over. Diving dig by Osborne. Coggins again bumps and Baldwin pushes across. Savannah diving dig. Set up left side and bumped over by Hopkins. Osborne back set. Hit down the line. Peart digs it up. A big hit by Gunnell. Rebels keep it alive and push it across. Set up on the side. Hopkins goes up and over. Pass, taps it down. Diving dig and bumped over, but out of bounds by Allie Pearson. And the Rebels trail 3-2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Again, third set is brought to you by Rich County. We had another J-Bar Excavation dig of the game candidate. I think it was Savannah. Wow. Big attack. Baldwin crushes it down. Talisha tries to dig but can't get under it, and it's 4-2. And I maintain that when Mountain Crest gets a good pass, Osborne is a very fine setter, and they've got some real nice attacks, especially the quick attacks. And when Baldwin is up front, the high and outside is very good. A service ace. That's the third of the set for the Mustangs. Makes it 5-2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Mountain Crest coming out strong in this third set. Coggins serves into the net, a service error. Brings the Rebels back to within 2, 5-3. McKenna Stacy checks in up front. She's there along with Hatch and Hopkin. Grohl, Smith, and Peart on the back row. Set left side. Baldwin just has to, Taylor bumps it over. Almost finds the floor. Diving dig by Peart. Rebels set it up, and Hopkins smacks it down to the back corner. It was deflected, and Bear Lake Realty kill. There's another candidate for your J-Bar Excavation dig of the game from Savannah. J-Bar Excavation, quality work on all kinds of projects. Rebels with the serve. Kiera again. Passed up front. Osborne. Good set left side. Baldwin hits into the net. A hitting error, and we're tied at 5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels were down 5-2, but they've scored 3 straight, and we're tied. Kiera from the right side, serving right to left. Not a good pass. Coggins pushes up front. Baldwin passes it across. Double-handed pass. Kiera, McKenna Stacy, bumped over by Hatch. Osborne, quick set, hit, blocked by Hopkin, but her hands just shaded to the left. It's blocked to the floor on her left side. 6-5. Mountain Crest on top. Gunnell set to serve. Couple steps, a bit of a hop and a serve into the net. service error, the second of the set. After 1, 2, 3 in the second set and just 1 in the first set. Nice serve by Hopkin, overpass, and Hatch goes up and does just what she should. Just smacks it down. It was blocked to the floor by the Mustang block, and the Rebels are on top 7-6. Sydney Hatch with a nice happy birthday hit and kill. And almost another one there. She tips it down, bumped it into the air. She was the only one there and almost got away with it, but no. 7-7, double or 2 hits by the same player, Sydney Hatch, and the Rebels are tied at 7 in set 3, brought to you by Rich County. Again, our beginning serve of each set brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Haley Baldwin serves, just clears the net. Boy, that was a sharp serve. Peart passes, Rebels set it up. Hatch to the back line. Was it in there? No, just outside. That was so close to being a beautiful hit by Sydney Hatch, but she just missed wide. She hit it where the defense wasn't and just hit it out of bounds. With the serve, Haley Baldwin. Hopkin passes, Kiera bumps outside. Peart hits, and to the back line, it's dug up. Osborne left side. Syphonia, hits, and the Rebels dig. Bump back row, bumped over by Hopkin. Good pass. Osborne sets left side. Syphonia again. Rebels block it down the line, dug up and over the line of the net on the dive attempt by Sammy Osborne. Oh, that was a nice dive, but she just couldn't keep on her side of the line under the net, and we're tied at 8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard after that Bear Lake Realty kill. Amber Smith serves, bumped up front. Good pass. Osborne, quick set, but the timing's just a bit off, and it's tipped over. Rebels set it up for Peart left side. Hit hard. Dug by Baldwin. Back set by Osborne to the back row. Kiera digs it up. Stacy sets left side. Peart comes in hot. Hits. Coggins barely keeps it alive. Barely dive by Osborne to keep it in the air, and the Rebels scrambling a bit. Bump, and Larson pushes it into the donut of the defense. Talisha with a Bear Lake Realty kill, and the Rebels retake the lead 9-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. This is a fun match between these two teams. Battling hard, playing well, and Smith serves into the net, a service error. That's the first one for the Rebels since early on in the second set. A service error made it 4-4. Rebels have been good on the service, knock on wood, tonight. Peart passes up front. Kiera sets in the middle. Peart hits hard back corner, but hits wide, out of bounds. 10-9. Mustangs retake the lead. We've gone back and forth in this third set, brought to you by Rich County. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ties already. We're tied at 10, or the Mustangs up 10-9. Talisha comes in, tips it over. It's blocked, deflected, and kept in the air. Bumped across. Hopkin passes. Kiera sets in the middle. Peart hits back corner, dug up by Brower. Set up left side and hit to the corner. Nice hit cross court. I think it was Syphonia, and the power was okay, but the placement was perfect. 11-9. Split the defense did Natalie Syphonia, the sophomore. Taylor serves. She's got a strong serve. Rebels able to get a nice pass. Larson hits, and it's dug up. Dump set into the middle of the defense. Diving dig, pancake dig by Hopkin, and the Rebels bump it over. Set up again, back row. Baldwin, Kiera diving dig. McKenna Stacy tips it over, and the Rebels score the Bear Lake Realty kill. 11-10. We're going to give Julia Hopkin the J-Bar Excavation dig of the game on that one. That was a pancake dig and took some great effort. Diving dig by Coggins, tipped over. Peart is there for the bump up high. Kiera sets, Talisha hits, and she's stuffed. Osborne, that was Sammy Osborne, makes it 12-10. Gets a quick side out for the Mustangs. And Osborne will step back and serve. Rebels took the first 2 sets, the first one in a dominant way, the second one in a close way. Osborne with a service error. That's 1, 2, 3 already in this third set. Mustangs hurting themselves with errors. Savannah Peart serves, and boy, she here serves a laser. Osborne, a back set is high to Syphonia. Diving dig by Larson. Talisha, it was Risha with the dig. Talisha bumped it and lost control. It was out of bounds, 13-11. Rebels down by 2. Allie Pearson, sophomore outside hitter, checks in to serve. Syphonia gets some high fives from the bench. She played well in that little rotation. Amber Smith diving pass, bumped over. Coggins, good pass up front. Osborne sets high and outside. Baldwin, Savannah Peart protects her face and digs it up over the net. Set up into the middle and blocked by the Rebel blockers. Julia Hopkin with a candidate for the Epic Recreation block of the game. It's a block and a Bear Lake Realty kill all in one. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Pick up your rentals in Bear Lake from Epic Recreation. Visit epicrecreation.net. Talisha Larson serves, just clears the net. The pass up front, Osborne has to go a long way to get it. Baldwin gets a good hit, deflected by the Rebel block. Peart digs it. Kiara sets, and Hopkin hits it. It's deflected. She went cross court. Mustangs would have been well advised to let it go. I think it would have been out of bounds, but they play it and can't control it. It's out of bounds. Rebels are tied at 13 after that Bear Lake Realty kill, and Talisha Larson will serve again. She served an ace to win set 2, 25-23. Quick set, dumped over. Rebels set it up, and Hatch cracks it down. Splits the defense. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Sydney Hatch. She's picked up right where she left off last night against Bear Lake in a dominant 3-0 win for the Rebels. Rich on top, 2-0. These sets 2 and 3 have been real tight. Coggins bumps high. Osborne bumps over. Risha, good pass up front. Kiara doesn't have to move. Set up in the middle. Hatch cracks it down. Osborne digs. It's bumped high by Baldwin. Set left side. Hit long. Rebels were going to try and play it, but Savannah Peart pulls her arms down at the last second, lets it go. It's out of bounds, too long, and the Rebels are up 15-13. Coach Kendra Anderson up off the bench with her clipboard, encouraging her team. Let's get it going. They don't get a good pass. Osborne dives to keep it alive. Coggins passes it across. Rebels don't get a good pass, and Hopkins' hit subsequently goes into the net after a tough set from Kiera and a misfire on the hit by Julia. 15-14. Coggins serving, and Hopkins passes to the right back row. Kiera sets, and Hopkins bumps over. Pass by Pearson. They set it left side. Baldwin hits into the block, deflected out of bounds. And that was a nice attack by Baldwin. She's a very fine outside hitter. A senior, number 12, and it'll be Savvy Coggins dropping to serve again. We're tied at 15 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Teams going back and forth in the second and third sets. Nice pass by Peart. Kiara sets left side. Hopkins hits it, deflected to the back corner. Coggins can't dig it up on a diving effort. 16-15. Julia Hopkins with a nice Bear Lake Realty kill. Got it to the top, the fingertips of the block, and it rolled over the top to the back corner. Kiara serves, passed backwards. Coggins is there, though, and she bumps it high. Osborne bumps it over. Kiara passes. Stacy sets into the middle, and Peart bumps it. Peart and Hopkins kind of collided there. Not really collided, but bumped into each other, and neither could bump it over the net. We're tied at 16. Third set is brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with the championship cause. Serve, diving, received by Smith, but it's an overpass, tipped right back down by Baldwin for the kill. 17-16. Mustangs back on top. The Rebels had built a narrow 2-point lead, 15-13, and the Mustangs have outscored Rich 4-1 since that point. They have the service. Gunnell serves. Rebels get a great pass. Kiara sets. Hopkins hits, deflected, and hit long out of bounds. But the deflection, it was deflected. There's no question on that. Are we going to get that call? Out of bounds. Just no indication on the deflection. We're not going to get it. 18-16. Well, that looked pretty clear from where I was sitting. My bad eyes. That's the only explanation. Smith passes. Kiara bumps and just catches the underside of the nets. 19-16. Mustangs on top. McKenna Stacy, the freshman, showing some senior-like qualities as she claps, tries to motivate her team and say, hey, let's get it going. Smith receives. Kiara dump set. Baldwin set up on the left side. Hit cross court on the line just barely, and it's 20-16. The Mustangs on a 7-1 run since Rich took a 15-13 lead. Coach Stewart up off the bench. She's standing now. Another point, and I think she'd call a timeout, but we get a service error to end that 7-1 Mustang run. 20-17, and Julia Hopkins steps back to deliver the service. She gets a good one. Coggins an okay pass. Osborne sets left side to Hopkins, to Baldwin, who hits it long. Hopkins watches it go by, knowing perfectly where she's at with her court awareness, and it's out of bounds. Hopkin will serve again, just clears the net. Receive goes shanked off to the side. Mustangs keep it alive and bump it over. Smith, good pass up front. Kiara sets left side. Peart hits it hard. It's through the block, but kept alive. Bumped, and Baldwin hits. Cross court on the line. Great attack by Baldwin. Good power, perfect placement, and it's 21-18. And now Coach Stewart chatting with her team. She will take a timeout. With the Rebels down 21-18 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. This third set is brought to you by Rich County Rebels with a championship cause.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Savannah Peart, and you're tuned in to Rich High School volleyball action on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Mustangs set to serve, leading 21-18 in this third set, and a player out of rotation for Rich. It was also a service ace. 22-18 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. A point for the Mustangs. They lead by 4. Late in set 3, brought to you by Rich County. Let me get the Stacy's Repair scoreboard back up there for you. A service ace, and my goodness, 23-18. Rebels were on top, 15-13. Coach Stewart takes another timeout. Rebels did not respond to that first timeout like she hoped they would. We'll keep it right here and thank Bear Lake Realty, the sponsor of our camera, the Bear Lake Realty fan cam. There's the Rebel student section across the way. They've made it loud in here. Tough to hear yourself. Rebel fans across the way as well. A bunch of Rebels over there. If you're looking for beachfront, room with a view, maybe a secluded mountain retreat, or any number of timeshare options, a recreation headquarters in the Bear Lake area, visit BearLakeRealty.com and work with the experts at Bear Lake Realty. Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. Rebels down 23-18 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, coming out of the timeout. That's the Rebels' second timeout of the set. One more available. But they've got to get a side out first. And Taryn Taylor. No, this is Haley Baldwin with the serve. She's been very good. Hopkin receives. Smith passes. Peart pushes down the line. Passed a quick set, tipped over the top. Hopkin digs. Kiara sets left side. Peart comes in hot, hits hard, blocked, and dug up by the Rebels, but a carry. No, 4 hits. The net actually blocked that attack, and that makes it 24-18. Rebels need a serious comeback here to stay alive in this third set. I see some ones held up by the Mustang fans. They need one more point to win the set. Rebels up in the match 2-0. This is the third set, brought to you by Rich County. Service received by Hopkin. Kiara sets left side. Peart hits, deflected. Coggins pass right up front at the net, dumped over by Osborne, but she was in the net. She can't believe it, but it was pretty clear one of those Mustangs did hit the net on her follow-through, and the officials catch her for it. 24-19. Rebels get the side out they need. Now can they get some points they need? Smith serves. Osborne dump set. That's it. The Mustangs win set 3, 25-19. A kill on a dump set by Osborne. And the Rebel lead has gone from 2-0 to 2-1. Boy, credit the Mountain View and Sammy Osborne. She had a real nice third set. Very good setter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the fourth set when we return. This third set has been brought to you by Rich County Rebels with a championship cause.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Talisha Larson, and you're tuned in to Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ, FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
Everybody gets rock chips at one time or another in your vehicle window. Anytime you get a chip in your windshield, don't think, oh booger. Instead, think T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, home of the 1995 rock chip repair. Rock chips are fixed in minutes, and the team at T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston will come to you, or you can stop by the shop. T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, home of the 1995 rock chip repair. Call us today.
They really appreciate every customer at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. They understand that you have lots of options when it comes to purchasing outdoor recreation vehicles. That's why they work hard to earn your business by making sure they understand exactly what you want. They're friends with their customers. When you're happy, they're happy. If you haven't been to their store, they invite you to come visit. And if you've already one of their friends, stop in again soon and check out all of this season's gear. Cache Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on US 91.
The Rebels dominant in the first set, 25-14. Come from behind, win in set two, 25-23. And then the Mustangs, a solid win, 25-19 in set number three. Coach Cindy Stewart and the coaching staff taking a little more time between sets here as we get set for set number four. If you're just joining us, the Rebels today, something that Coach Stewart was really excited about to play Mountain Crest was to get a freshman match, a sophomore match, a JV match, and a varsity match. And the Rebels have been solid. They won the freshman match 3-0. They won the sophomore match 3-1. And the Rebels also won the JV match 3-1 as well. So Rich 3-0 tonight against the Mustangs in those matches. But boy, the way the Mustangs have played in set three and for much of set two, the varsity team has its work cut out for it in set four. Rich on top in the match, 2-1, and needing another win to take the victory in this match. Looking ahead real quick to next time the Rebels will be in action. It's at Tabiona, I believe, next Thursday night, September 7th. And I've got to make sure and ask Coach Stewart, but I believe it'll be varsity first in a later match, 7 o'clock p.m., Thursday night at Tabby, and then the JV will play after that. That's at least what they've done in the past when they have those later matches at Tabiona or Manila. And that's next Thursday. Rebel football team will be in action next week, hosting Monticello. And we'll have that coverage here on mylocalradio.com. Savannah Peart serves to start the fourth set. Quick set by the Mustangs. They slap it across. Our beginning serve is brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Another quick set. Slap down. The Rebels dig it up. Larson sets it across, or hits it across. Rebels scrambling a bit after the attack by the Mustangs. Kiera bumps it over. Good pass up front. Osborne with a quick set. Crack down. Smith digs it up, but it's an overpass and mistimed by Andy Brower. And for the first time since the first set, the Rebels take a 1-0 lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rich jumped out to a 4-0 lead in that first set and never looked back, winning 25-14. Savannah with a service ace. Clipped the top of the net, dropped to the floor. You can't plan it that way. Boy, if you could just about score a service ace every time. Peart does it again, but this time it carries a little further and it's dug up. Set left side. Siphonia cross court. The placement is perfect. And it's 2-1. Nice job by Tally Siphonia. A lot of, we got Savvy, Sammy, Casey, Kenzie, Allie, Andy, Kaylee, Haley, and Tally. That's a lot of E's to end names here for Mountain Crest. Dump set by Kiera after the receive. The pass goes high and to the net. Set up and attacked by Siphonia. Nice dig or pass by Amber Lee. Rebels set it up. Hit by Hopkins, deflected and dug. Set to back row. Baldwin hits. Back court too far. 3-1. The Rebels with the lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. As Baldwin fired long from the back row. Hatch checks in up front. She's up there with, it looks like Grohl and Hopkins. Funny angle for me. It's tough to see those three. Talisha serves, and it's a very strong serve. Good attack from the back row by Baldwin. Rebels set it up in the middle, and Hatch cracks it down. She went at a fun angle, or a tough angle, for Sammy Osborne, who deflected it out of bounds, and the Rebels are on top 4-1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. This is their biggest lead since the first set. Talisha serves again, bumped high in the air. Coggins passes up front and just cleared over the net. It looked like Gunnell went over to get to it. The Rebels pass it across, hit it down, and the Mustangs can't play it. 5-1, Rebels with the lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And Talisha serves again. A little running jump serve, and she gets off a really nice one. Coggins passes back row. Baldwin hits from the back line. Nice pass by Peart. She got a great dig. Hatch hits into the block, dug up, slapped back row. Nice attack to the back line by, I think, Andy Brower on the attack. Tough to tell the difference between number 8 and number 9 on these jerseys for Mountain Crest. 5-2, Rebels with the lead. Actually, I want to say that was actually Gunnell with the kill. Serve received by Peart. It's low, but Kiera gets there. Hopkin hits it back line just too far. She looped it back there and just hit it too long. And so that'll set Allie Pearson back to serve again. Good serve. Hopkin just receives it. Good pass, though. Set up, and Hopkin dumps it over. Back row. Coggins, not a good pass. Slapped across by Baldwin. Smith, perfect pass up front. Kiera sets in the middle. Hatch slaps it down, and Osborne can't control it. Deflects it to the back wall. That sponsor wall here at Rich High School in the gym. 6-3. Got a lot of state championship trophies up on that wall, too. Kiara Grohl serving. Passed by Pearson. Set up left side. Baldwin coming in hot. Hits it high and outside. And it's 7-3. Rebels on top. Just had to check, make sure it wasn't deflected by Rich. Grohl will serve again. Back row, Coggins, good pass up front. Osborne dump set. Kiera diving dig to keep it alive. Diving dig by McKenna. Stacy, and Hopkin bumps it over. Coggins passes right side. Hit blocked by Hatch. Bumped and kept alive right near the net. Tipped over. Kiera dive dig over out. 7-4. This is a scrappy Mountain Crest team. You can see why they've started the season 8-1. And they had lost just 2 sets prior to their 2 lost sets tonight. They've lost 4 sets total this season in 10 matches. Hopkin hits. It's deflected and kept in the air. Osborne with a back set. Hit by Gunnell. Rebels able to dig it. Set it up for Hopkin, who splits the block with a hammer down. And it's 8-4. Rebels on top in this 4th set. Our beginning serve of each set, that was a few minutes ago, but brought to you by the station in Randolph. Hopkins serves, bumped high in the air, set up on the left side. Baldwin cracks it down. Kiera somehow digs it. It's an overpass and kept alive. Baldwin hits again. Back line, she got it in there on the line. 8-5. I tell you, when Baldwin, when these Mustangs get a good pass, Osborne sets it nicely, and especially with Baldwin up on the front line, she's a very, very good hitter. Service by Gunnell. Rebels get a good pass. Kiera left side. Peart hits and blocked down the line of the net to the floor. Nice attack and a Bear Lake Realty kill for Savannah Peart. Hatch checks out. Larson into the front row as Smith drops back to serve. Back line is Smith, Hopkin, and Grohl. Front line Stacy, Peart, and Talisha Larson. Great serve. Mustangs barely keep it alive. They hit. It's deflected by the block, Stacy. Rebels set it up for Peart, and she cracks it through the block. 10-5. Boy, Peart just pounding it right through the block. The Rebels having some good success with Peart on the outside. And they'll serve again. Rich on top, 10-5. Smith down the line, just about an ace, but a diving dig. They set it up, and Baldwin cracks it across court. Hopkin couldn't control it. And a side out will give the service to the Mustangs, Taryn Taylor. No, excuse me, Haley Baldwin. And her serve has been very good today. Rebels on top 10-6 in the fourth set, leading the match 2-1. Baldwin serves. Hopkin, good pass up front. Kiera sets left side. Peart coming in strong. Hits it, deflected high, and bumped up by Gunnell. Set left side. Siphonia hits. Soft touch, and Smith digs it. Kiera sets it left side. Peart hits it hard. It looked like it was deflected. Are we going to get that call? The back line judge on the Rebels side does say yes, it was deflected, and the Rebels get the point, 11-6. It looked pretty clear that it was deflected from my angle and from even with my poor vision. Risha Larson checks in to serve. The Rebels lead 11-6. 2-1 in the match. Baldwin, good pass up front. Osborne, quick set, hit hard. Risha digs it. Nice touch. And Peart pushes it over. A dump set by Osborne, diving dig. Grohl, or by Hopkin, then Grohl, then hit by Peart. It clips the top of the net, rolls over the block and to the floor, right in the donut of the defense. And the Rebels are on top 12-6. Coach Kendra Anderson takes a timeout. Boy, this is a fun match. If you're not here, get here quick and just witness the last little bit of this. We've got at least the rest of this fourth set to go. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one as well on the Wildlife at mylocalradio.com. Rebels on top 12-6 in the Stacy's Repair scoreboard.
Founded in 1997, the Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho serves Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming and is proud to sponsor the students and staff at Rich High School. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company is established on the foundation of hard work, commitment, and perseverance, knowing that every individual on the team must give their best for the team to succeed. The same principles that students and athletes at Rich High School are learning today that will help them lead tomorrow. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Rebels on top in the match, 2-1, leading in the fourth set, 12-6. Rich dominated the first set. The next two sets were pretty close. And Rich doubling up the Mustangs. Overpass by Baldwin just clears the net. Peart is there, keeps it alive, set it up for Peart. Blocked and dug by Kiera. Boy, quick lunge by Kiera to keep that in the air. Nice J-bar excavation dig of the game. Siphonia hits, back line. Great cross-court hit by Siphonia. And I've been impressed by the sophomore's placement. She reminds me of Savannah Peart last year. The power could be better, but her placement is so good. Taryn Taylor with the service. Rebels receive. Kiera bumps in the middle. Talisha hits it across. It's passed up near the net. Rebels somehow keep it alive after just a quick dump over. Baldwin passes up front. Osborne with a quick set, diving or a lunging dig by Hopkin. Rebels keep it alive, and Peart passes over. Osborne again, the quick set, hit by Brower, and the Rebels dig it up again. They're struggling to keep it alive a little bit. Get a nice attack from Peart, dug up. Osborne sets high and outside. Siphonia dumps it over the top. Rebels dig it up into the up official's post, and it's 12-8 after that long rally. The Mustangs are within 4. Mountain Crest came into the match at 8-1 so far this season. Taylor just clears the net, drops it in on the line. A service ace makes it 12-9. First service ace of this fourth set for the Mustangs. They had a handful in the third set. Rebels have got the upper hand in service aces, but haven't had one since making it 2-0 in this fourth set. Good pass by Julia, set left side. Peart hits it, blocked down the line to the floor. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Savannah. I mentioned Savannah's placement last year was so good, and she's increased her power this year as a senior. So now she's got the placement and the power. Makes her that much more effective as a hitter. Rich on top 13-9 after that Bear Lake Realty kill from Peart. She serves, and not a good pass. Coggins, though, sets left side. Siphonia mistimes it and slaps it into the bottom of the net. 14-9, Rebels on top. Coach Anderson, who played college volleyball at College of Eastern Utah in Price, gives some quick adjustments to Siphonia on how to play that better. Rebels deflect the attack, keep it in the air, bumped over, bumped back, and Brower can't keep it in the air. She blocked it, but it was on her own side, and the Rebels are on top 15-9 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Savannah to serve again. Peart just clears the net. Boy, what a great serve. Nice pass, set left side. Siphonia, again the placement. Peart digs it up, out of bounds. She dug it too far and too wide. 15-10, and you can hear the excitement from the Mountain Crest crowd. Most of that cheering is from the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors that are not dressed for varsity volleyball. A serve by Osborne clips the top of the nylon. Rebels can't quite dig it up. It ends up as a service ace for the server, or the setter, Sammy Osborne. The senior will serve again. Osborne, she's got a great serve. Smith, nice pass. Kiera left side for Hopkin, high and outside. And she just smashes that one down. Coggins got one arm out there to keep it in the air, but nowhere near controlled it. Nobody got close to playing it after that, and it's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin. Hatch back in up front along with Hopkin and Grohl. Back line is Risha, Talisha, and Savannah. Coggins passes. Osborne sets left side. Baldwin smacks from the back row. Good pass by Savannah. Up into the middle. Hatch hits, deflected by the block and kept in the air. Coggins sets right side. Slap to the back row. Good pass by Risha on the dig. Set left side. Hopkin hits. It's through the block, but dug up by Osborne. Coggins again sets. Tipped over the net. Nice attack by Sierra Gunnell. And she went up looking like she was going to try to hammer it home. But then she just tapped it into the block, and there was no way the Rebels could adjust. 16-12, Rich on top in the fourth set. Rebels leading the match 2-1. Good pass by Peart on the serve receive. Hopkin hits, deflected, and Coggins dives to keep it in the air. Set, and Baldwin just misfires. She wanted the touch attack, and she tipped it onto her own side of the net. 17-12, Rich closing in on a match victory over 4A Mountain Crest. They need 8 more points. Kiara Grohl serves. Baldwin, not a good receive. Coggins bumps, and Osborne bumps it over. Smith, great pass up front. Kiara left side. Julia Hopkin smashes it through the block. The dig is over the net. They somehow keep it in the air. Rebels dive. McKenna Stacy, and then Hatch punches it over. Osborne sets left side. Baldwin hammers it down, and a dig by Smith is a nice one. Rebels punch it over. Hopkin. Pass up front, Osborne, a dump set, Peart diving effort or lunging effort to keep it alive. Rebels set it up, Hopkins smacks it over. Osborne sets left side, Baldwin hits it hard, Smith digs it up. Kiera outside on the left, bumps it across to Hopcorn on the right. Julia hits it hard, Coggins digs it out of bounds. A long back and forth rally. We had some J-Bar excavation digs of the game for both teams on that long rally. Big applause for both teams as we take a timeout on the floor, and the Rebels lead 18-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We'll take a timeout as well and be back after this.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Savannah Peart, and you're tuned in to Rich High School Volleyball action on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
The best family vacations create memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming offers a family dinosaur dig and vacation package that includes digging for fossils at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, sack lunches, tours of the museum, and lovely clean rooms for a comfortable night's stay. With 3 restaurants to choose from, you and your family will have fun, eat well, and rest easy. Schedule your family dinosaur dig at the Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming today. Call 866-657-1604.
(18-12), the Rebels on top. Fourth set, Rich took the first 2 sets. Mountain Crest won the third set, 25-19. And this fourth set's been fairly tight, but the Rebels have pulled away a little bit in the last minute or two. Osborne, quick set, dumped over by Brower. Rebels block it, and the Mustangs bump it right back. Kiara sets left side. Hopkin cracks it into the block. Boy, she just pounded that one, and it's 19-12. The blocker's hands were angled a little bit toward the outside, and that's just where it went, out of bounds. Kiera with the service. Rebels on top, 19-12. Just about drops it in there for an ace, but Baldwin dives and digs it up. Passed across. Nice pass by Smith. Left side. Hopkin tips it over. The lunging effort by Osborne to keep it in the air. Coggins bumps. Baldwin tips it down the line. Diving dig by Grohl. Rebels bump it, and Peart slaps it across. Osborne sets high and outside. Baldwin smashes it down on the back line. Haley Baldwin with a big kill, and it's 19-13. Mustangs get the side out they needed. Rebels looking to get a side out and a few more points and win the match. That Stacy's Repair scoreboard back up there for you if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Rebels attacking left to right. Kiera receives a nice pass from Peart, sets left side. Hopkin hits, dug up, overpass. Rebels tap it down. Dug up, Osborne tips it over. Rebels block it. It rolls back over the net and down to the floor. Great effort by Stacy, but she can't get underneath it. 19-14. Mustangs, a couple consecutive points. They're looking for about 5 or 6 more. Back to Savvy Coggins for the service. Senior libero. Strong serve. Hopkin receives. Great pass. Kiera sets left side. Nope, into the middle, and Hatch just mistimes it. A double-handed attack into the top of the nylon. 19-15 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Coggins to serve again. Bulls need a good pass. Don't get it. Kiera barely keeps it alive and bumps it over. Nice pass up front. Osborne, quick set, hit, deflected by the Rebels. It's in on the back corner. 19-16. Mustangs battling back. Coggins will serve again. This is Savannah. They call her Savvy Coggins, a senior. She serves with the right hand, just takes 2 steps and swats it hard. Julia, good pass. Kiera left side for Hopkin. Hicks it, deflected by the block. Coggins dives and digs it. Osborne bumps, and Gunnell bumps it over. Rebels get a good pass. Kiera sets left side. Hopkin again hits it hard. This time cross court, and she just zaps it down. It's 20-16 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Again, the power and the placement by Hopkin. Gets it around the defense and to the back line. Baldwin passes. Osborne back set. Gunnell, good hit. Smith bumps it high. It deflects off the ceiling. Rebels keep it alive. Peart back row. Dug by Osborne. Coggins sets right side. Gunnell hits again. Smith digs again. Great pass up front. Grohl, Peart hits after the set by Grohl. Dug up, set. Baldwin hit, blocked by Stacy. Great block by McKenna. Bumped and kept alive and bumped over. McKenna will set it into the middle. Peart passes over the net, but a double hit on the set. And it's 20-17. Rebels were up 19-12. It's a 5-1 run for Mountain Crest. They look to keep it going. The serving is Sierra Gunnell. Rebels don't get a good pass. They keep it alive, but into the bottom of the net. 20-18. 6-1 run, Mustangs. Rebels lead in the match 2-1. Mustangs took the last set, 25-19. Serving is Gunnell. Smith, good pass. Kiera sets left side. Peart comes in, hits, and it's deflected to the floor. She got it over the top of the block, and it drops to the floor. 21-18. Rebels with the Bear Lake Realty kill. And with the service, Amber Smith set to serve. Rebels have just one Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace in this 4th set. Smith looking for another one, doesn't get it. Osborne sets left side. Baldwin hits, blocked down the line. Stacy was in position but just couldn't get the block up. And it's 21-19. Rebels up by 2 in the 4th set. Mustangs to serve. Haley Baldwin. A few dribbles. She's right against the wall. Spins it, runs, jumps, and delivers. Julia passes. Kiera sets left side. Peart hits. Blocked. Out of bounds. Was it in the line? Yes, it was on the line. It looked out from here, but my angle is very poor to see cross court. The line judge right on top of it. It was in, and the Rebel lead is down to 1. It was 7, 19-12. Rich has been outscored 8-2 since that point. Haley Baldwin again to serve. Delivers. Hopkin pass up front. Kiera dump set, and Baldwin is there. Her overpass, though, is Rebels hit it, and it's blocked. Rich digs it up, and Peart bumps it over. Good pass up front. Baldwin, Osborne, Saphonia hits. Not real strong, and Julia Hopkin digs it up. Rich sets for Talisha, who hits to the back line. It would have been out, but the Mustangs dive and keep it alive. They deflect it out of bounds. It's 22-20. Talisha Larson with a Bear Lake Realty kill. Risha Larson back to serve. Rich needs 3 points to win this match. Larson serves. That's Risha. Passed by Gunnell. Not a good pass. Coggins bumps, and Saphonia bumps it over. Risha, perfect pass up front. Kiera sets into the middle. Talisha tips it over. Diving dig, bumped into the net again. And the Rebels lead 23-20 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. That was a nice little touch attack by Talisha. She's kind of chuckling about it because the set was not where she wanted it to be, but she made something out of almost nothing. Risha with the service. Rebels on top 23-20. A service ace from Risha Larson. And Rich has set and match point 24-20 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We'll see if Risha can serve the Rebels to victory. Larson serves. Can't quite clear the net. A service error makes it 24-21. Boy, if that one was about an inch higher, it clips the tape, rolls over the top, and the Rebels win. Instead, Taryn Taylor will serve for the Mustangs. Set and match point for the Rebels. Overpass by Hopkin, and Taylor passes. Osborne sets, and Sophonia hits. Dug by Smith. Rebels set it up left side. Peart down the line. Dug by Gunnell. Osborne long set left side. Sophonia, a roll attack, and it rolls over into the donut of the Rebel defense. 24-22. Mustangs still alive after that kill. Rebels again set and match point here in the fourth set. Taylor has a very good serve. Smith, very good pass. Kiara sets left side. Peart hits into the block. It's between the block and the net, and the Rebels win. A Bear Lake Realty kill by Savannah Peart. And Rich beats 4A Mountain Crest 3-1 tonight at Rich High School. Mountain Crest, boy, that's a good team. I hope to see them do well in 4A. Rebels with a solid win, 3-1. A Bear Lake Realty kill by Savannah in the fourth set. Clinches it, and the Rebels win 25-22. What a fun match we had here tonight. We'll talk more about it on our post-game show, brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. But first, we'll take a timeout and be back after this and bring you the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. Again, the Rebels win in 4, 25-22 in that fourth set.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Risha Larson, and you're tuned in to Rich High School Volleyball action on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
Your vehicle represents one of the major investments you'll make in your lifetime. If you have an accident, large or small, take care of your investment with a professional team that understands the value of your vehicle. T-Bar-S Body Shop in Technoglass of Evanston has been repairing and restoring vehicles to just like new condition for over 7 years. Don't trust your investment to just anyone. Let T-Bar fix your car. T-Bar-S Body Shop in Technoglass of Evanston. Stop in today for a free estimate. 515 County Road.
Founded in 1997, the Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho serves Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming and is proud to sponsor the students and staff at Rich High School. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company is established on the foundation of hard work, commitment, and perseverance, knowing that every individual on the team must give their best for the team to succeed. The same principles that students and athletes at Rich High School are learning today that will help them lead tomorrow. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
Welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Time for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Jimmy John's has gourmet sandwiches fresh and fast every day, and they are delicious. I had one myself for lunch today. The number 9 with hot peppers. I love it. Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. The Rebels on Friday night hosting the Mountain Crest Mustangs, and after the freshmen won, the sophomores won, the JV won as well. The varsity started off great. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead and then cruised to a 25-14 win in the first set, finished off by a Julia Hopkin kill to win that first set. Then the second set was a lot tighter, and Mountain Crest led for most of that second set. This is 4A Mountain Crest before the Rebels roared back, scored the final 4 points after they were down 23-21, and Talisha Larson with an ace to clinch set number 2, 25-23. Set 3, though, the Mountain Crest Mustangs were down 15-13. They went on a 7-1 run and then held on for the win, 25-19. Rebels bounced back, though, in set 4, jumping out to an 5-1 lead, and then extending that lead. It was 19-12. Mountain Crest roared back, made it close at 21-20 before the Rebels came back alive and won 25-22. Savannah Peart with a kill to win the match, and the Rebels beat 4A Mountain Crest in 4, 3-1. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Gourmet sandwiches fresh and fast every day. Stay tuned. More of the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show coming up when we return. We'll have your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital highlights coming up after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
It doesn't matter what season you visit Bear Lake. Make sure you always stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods. You'll find lots of great quality inventory at low prices, including guns and ammo. During the winter, you can rent cross-country skis, snowshoes, and buy your ski passes to Beaver Mountain. Pugstones is always the best place to get information about the area and purchase your hunting or fishing licenses. Everything you need with one stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods at the 4-way stop in Garden City.
We're back on the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. It's time now for the post-game highlights presented by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Rebels, boy, a lot of highlights in that match. That was as fun of a volleyball match as I think I've been to in a while. I guess last weekend was the Cokeville tournament. Before that, hadn't been to a volleyball match in several months, but this was a fun one tonight as the Rebels hosted the 4A Mountain Crest Mustangs. Rich had some very nice service. Savannah Peart, Talisha Larson, Risha Larson with a handful of service aces each. Talisha capped off the second set with a service ace. Rebels won that one 25-23. Rich, solid, just came out real fired up and hot. The crowd was behind them. They had a couple of 4 service aces in the first set and won 25-14. Mountain Crest, though, bounced back. They made some nice adjustments, and they battled hard. Rich was on top 4-3 early in the second set before Mountain Crest went on a 5-0 run. But the Rebels went on a 4-0 run to finish that second set. And again, as I mentioned, Talisha with the Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace to cap off that second set and win 25-23. The Mustangs battled back in the third set. They were down 15-13, went on a 7-1 run, and went on to win 25-19 in set number 3. I was real impressed by Sammy Osborne's play as the setter. Savvy Coggins, a solid libero, and when they get a good pass, Osborne puts up a nice set, and Haley Baldwin can really crush it. But fortunately for the Rebels, there weren't quite enough nice passes for the Mustangs tonight. In the fourth set, Rebels jumped out to an early 5-1 lead, but the Mustangs battled back. They kept it close. They never gave up. It was 19-12 nearing the end of the fourth set. The Mustangs were trailing and went on an 8-2 run. Rebels didn't relinquish the lead, though, led 21-20, and then outscored the Mustangs 4-2 the rest of the way to win 25-22. Savannah Peart with the kill. And it was good to see Savannah out there dealing with the bruised hip that she's been dealing with. Good to see Julia Hopkin out there dealing with the broken toe, and she played well tonight. Rebels came together as a team, I think, a little bit without Julia last night, and then with her out there, they continued that team play and continued to build on that. And that may be, I think that Mountain Crest team outside of Evanston, probably the best team that Evanston has played this season, or that Rich has played this season, I would say, based on what I saw tonight. Bottom line, though, Rebels get the win 3-1. The Epic Recreation block of the game. Epic Recreation, visit epicrecreation.net. They've got some great equipment and options for rentals during the winter if you want to enjoy the winter recreation in the Bear Lake area. Visit epicrecreation.net. Also, of course, you can still enjoy the lake and all the summer recreation right now. Again, epicrecreation.net. The block of the game, there were a handful of candidates. Sydney Hatch had one in the first set. Talisha Larson had one in the second set. I think the one that we'll go with was, let's go with Sydney's in that first set. It was just a real nice block. She blocked it right to the floor. It was an Epic Recreation block and a Bear Lake Realty kill all in one. And that put the Rebels up 10-5 at that point in the first set, which they won 25-14. That's your Epic Recreation block of the game. J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. J-Bar Excavation quality work on all kinds of projects. That dig, again, there were a handful of candidates. Several of them came in the third set. Savannah Peart had two, real close to each other. And I think the one that we'll go with was Julia Hopkins. The Rebels were down 11-9 in that third set. Hopkins dove down, had a beautiful pancake dig, kept the ball alive. The Rebels scored right after that and came to within one, 11-10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And that was your J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. Our camera tonight has been brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. And again, the Rebels win on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard 3-1. These highlights and stats have been brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. We'll take one more quick break and be back with the Laziest Ranching Roundup calendar on this presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210. When it comes to hard things in life, don't say, why me? Just say, try me. Remember, it's the tough things that make us the strongest. The cattle ranchers at Laziest Ranching are proud supporters of the youth in our community. Sim, Joe Jean, Carol, and Millie Weston, along with Sim Jr. and Meggie, remind everyone to eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels. That's right. Eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Back on the post-game show, brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company, Eddie and Todd Jensen in Thatcher, Idaho. Time to take a look ahead at what's coming up in the next week or two in Rich Rebel sports and activities. Not just the Rebels, but the Rich Royals as well. We'll take a look at here on the post-game show. And Royals, since I mentioned it, are the first ones back in action tomorrow. Football team plays at Mountain View, and games begin at 9 a.m. And the volleyball teams also play at Mountain View with matches beginning at 9 a.m. That's the Royals football and volleyball at Mountain View tomorrow morning. Looking ahead to next week, Monday, Labor Day, no school. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Gary Hogg, children's author and storyteller, will host assemblies. The Rich School District will host assemblies with Gary Hogg. Rich Middle School, Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. North Rich Elementary, Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. and Thursday at South Rich Elementary, also at 8:30 a.m. Thursday night, Rich High School freshman football team gets back on the field versus the North Summit Braves. Kickoff set for 4:30 p.m. And the Rebel volleyball team is at Tabiona Thursday, September 7th, Thursday night at Tabiona. Varsity, I believe, will start at 7. They've generally done varsity first on those late matches at Tabiona. If that's the case, and I'll double-check on that tonight, then our pregame coverage will start at 6:40. And varsity first serve at 7. Also on Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, Richmond Middle School Royals volleyball gets back into action versus Mountain View with matches starting at 4 o'clock. Next Friday, The volleyball team in action will be at Duchesne. Freshman and JV at 1 o'clock, varsity at 2:15. Volleyball team then will follow that up that night at Manila, and the JV plays at 6, varsity at 7:15. We won't be able to cover those matches as we'll be here in Randolph covering the Rich Rebel football team taking on the Monticello Buckaroos. There's no JV game, so our varsity pregame will start at 3:15 and the kickoff at 4 p.m. Also, next Friday and Saturday, Rich Rodeo Club will get back in action at the Bryce Valley Rodeo in Panguitch on Friday with the events at 3 p.m. and Saturday at the Panguitch Rodeo, also in Panguitch with events beginning at 9 a.m. And looking ahead to next Saturday, another event, volleyball. The Rich Royals will be hosting Big Piney. Matches begin at 10 a.m. And the football team, the Rich Royals football teams, will play at Star Valley with matches beginning at 10 a.m. That's what's coming up for the next week on the Rich Rebel and Rich School District Roundup calendar, presented by Laziest Ranching, encouraging you to eat more beef and cheer on the Rebels. That wraps up our post-game show, brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company, Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. For tonight's videographer, Rob Leifson, for my producer, Kate Bolander, back in the studio, thank you for your work tonight. Rebels, a little bit of a tough day on the football field, a 38-16 loss against Westside, but the volleyball team comes out strong and beats 4A Mountain Crest 3-1. That'll do it for tonight. I'm Ryan STEINECKERT. We'll talk to you again soon.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebels supporting businesses and individuals: Edwards Furniture in Logan, West Star Printing in Evanston, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, T-Bar S Body Shop Technoglass of Evanston, the Wind River Hotel and Casino of Riverton, Wyoming, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, and by mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.
Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Briley, along with KNYN Sports Director, Jake Hibbert, Chief Photographer, Warren Cook, and production assistants, Kate Bolander and A.J. Lamb. Biggest thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com. Until the next time the Rich High Volleyball team takes the court, go Rebels!